Check this out. Yankee Stadium will host its first World Series game in 15 years, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 kicks off in the Bronx tonight, so let's talk all things pinstripes and, of course, World Series with our New York Post Yankees beat writer Greg Joyce, who's live from Yankee Stadium right now. I can hear Soto in the background warming up for BP. Greg, what's going on, my man?
How you doing, Brandon?
All right, not saying that he is doing that right now, but you can see the live shot from behind him right now. I guess to start this thing off, Greg, is there any injury news or any updates we need to know about going into Game 3?
Yeah, I think the big one sounds like Shohei Ohtani is going to be playing. He had the shoulder subluxation late in Game 2 the other night, but from everything, from the Dodgers, it sounds like he's got a pretty good chance to play. Obviously, we'll find out here in the next couple hours when the Dodgers put out their lineup, but it sounds like he's going to get the deal.
All right, sounds like it's showtime at Yankee Stadium, but it needs to be showtime for #AllRise because Aaron Judge went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in Game 2, Greg. He's now 1 for 9 in the World Series and 6 for 40 with 19 strikeouts in October. Two-part question, sir. What's Judge saying about getting himself out of that slump, and can the Yankees win this series with him playing like this?
Yeah, he said the other night he knows he needs to step it up. The guys in front of him and Stanton behind him are all playing pretty well. But, the moment seems to keep finding him, his at-bats, and he just hasn't been able to really deliver aside from that game-tying homer in the ALCS so far this postseason. But he's going to get some more opportunities tonight to kind of change that script. But it's been a rough go so far. He's been expanding the zone, kind of chasing a lot of off-speed and break pitches just below the zone. Seems to be out. Pitchers are attacking right now. We talked about needing to just take his walks when it's there and not try to force things. So it seems like he could be pressing a little bit. Maybe his mechanics just a bit off, and it leads to kind of some swing decisions, chasing out of the zone. I think he had the lowest chase rate of his career during the regular season. But that number has spiked here in October. So he knows he needs to get it going, and the Yankees need him to get it going. Like you said, it's going to be tough to pull off a comeback in this series if Judge isn't at the heart of it.
If he doesn't get it going, or if he even has a slow start to tonight's game, do you feel like Yankees fans will boo him like they did back in 2022?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Like you said, it happened in 22 when he was coming off a 62 homer season. He's going to be the likely AL MVP again this year. So, but that we've seen that not buy as much goodwill when the playoffs roll around. So we'll see. I mean, we've seen some fan bases like Philadelphia for Trey Turner, and Citi Field did it for Francisco Lindor as well. Given the standing ovation, maybe that has helped spark things, turn things around in the past for those guys. So maybe they take that route. But coming home 2-0, I don't in a 2-0 deficit. I don't think that necessarily helps the overall feeling the fans. But we'll see what we have to think.
Yeah, hopefully he's got some heroics in him, but like you said, hopefully he's not chasing these pitches, trying to get on base and get himself out of this slump. We mentioned Judge slumping, but Stanton's not, and Juan Soto for darn sure ain't. He's hit a home run. He's hit 4 home runs this postseason. All of them were either to tie a game up or to give the Yankees a lead. This dude is driving up the cost of his offseason bidding war with each at-bat, Greg. So how big has Soto been, and you think that he can carry the Yankees to a World Series title?
Yeah, he's certainly trying to, or giving his best effort. Like you said, all of his home runs have been game-tying or go-ahead home runs. Kind of seems like a guy who, the bigger the moment, the bigger the result from the performance from him. We saw in the ALCS clincher that at bat, with the go-ahead home run, the 10th inning was kind of a classic Juan Soto at bat. Seems to have carried that over into the World Series. In Game 2, pretty much until the 9th inning, he was their only source of offense with that solo homer off Yamamoto. He's their only hit until the 9th inning too. So he's been elevating his game in the postseason, which is hard to do because he had a pretty darn good regular season as well. But it seems to thrive in the big moments, and obviously October is full of them. And like you said, he's only driving up the price tag, as if he needed any help doing that. But he's giving everything he has right now.
Yeah, the moment is not too big for Juan Soto. Going into this series, Greg, the Yankees pitching rotation, everyone was talking about they had the perceived advantage going into this series. 2 games into the books. Is that still true?
Yeah, it seems to have gone out the window a little bit, especially the last game when Carlos Rodon only lasted 3 1/3 innings, and Yamamoto pitching to the 7th. So, the Dodgers are still going to have to throw a bullpen game here. It sounds like game 4, which the Yankees have, of course, started to lose field. But, when you're getting short starts, that kind of takes away that advantage of, they're still having to use their bullpen a good amount. The Yankees have had to, I think it's have an inning more, 8 1/3 innings from their bullpen. The Dodgers have 7 1/3 through 2 games. So, we'll see what happens tonight. That Walker Buehler, I think, has still been kind of capped. He's been coming back from injury, so maybe he'll get to their bullpen early. The Yankees have Clark Schmidt going, who's kind of been around. I think he's thrown 4 2/3 each of his first 2 starts in the playoff. So we'll see. But the Yankees, they got 6 innings of 1-run ball from Garrett Cole in game 1, and could turn that into a win. So that's going to be one day with Gray. But they got to get to the Dodger bullpen early here, just because they do have that bullpen game coming up tomorrow. Trying to see those guys as much as possible. The Yankees should have the advantage just by having a 4 starter, but that doesn't mean a whole lot when you're starting.
All right. Before I let you go, I want to get your thoughts on some of the coaching, because there's a lot of folks questioning some of Aaron Boone's decision making. A lot of Twitter skippers out there. So when it comes to the coaching battle, is Dave Roberts' previous World Series experience out coaching Boone's inexperience?
Yeah, I mean it's early, but I think the game 1, if Boone kind of left himself open for some second guessing there. First with pulling Garrett Cole early, which he said later that he knew he was done, and just got to take his word for it. The bigger one is going to Nestor Cortez over Tim Hill, an extra rating to base Freddie to the top of the lineup with Shohei Ohtani. He bet Freddie Freeman. Nestor hadn't thrown over a month, obviously. Tim Hill has been one of their best relievers in October. So obviously that's the one that gets the biggest, second guessing there. And even Boone said that the one he second guessed was not leaving Weaver in for giving him a third up there, which could have had a domino effect with the relievers the rest of that game 1. But all of his moves are going to be pretty scrutinized heavily, especially when they turn into a 2-0 series deficit. Dave Roberts' starters and bullpen have all kind of pitched pretty well, which kind of leaves him takes away some of the second guessing. Obviously, when the guys you put in there don't perform, it leaves him in up to people kind of criticizing, which happens this time of month, especially in the World Series when the pressure is on this. So we'll see how it goes the rest of the series. But the Yankees need to kind of back everything up tonight and get back on track if they're going to have it turn this around.
Real quick, is this a must-win tonight?
Pretty close. I mean, technically, I guess no, because it wouldn't eliminate them. But yeah, if they're going to get back in the series, it's got to start tonight. Can't be facing a 3-0 deficit because history is not on their side for that one. But you would think getting home, maybe the home crowd kind of get back into it, but we'll see.
All right, Greg Joyce, enjoy Game 3 tonight, man. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Brandon.